gals, welcome back to my channel. Today's look is this look right here. This is something I came up with. It's a Glam Zombie look. I hope you guys will like it. I definitely think it's a fun look. It's very glittery and dramatic lashes and vibrant colors, dramatic look. So hopefully you guys definitely enjoy it. If you want to know how to get this look, then please keep watching. Primer face, so I'm going to be using Cinema Secrets foundation primer. So anytime you have a lighter shade or if you're adding white, you want to make sure that your pores are not visible or any bumps or any imperfections. So we're going to go ahead and prime our face so everything's nice and smooth. And do just like one thin layer. I'm going to go ahead and grab a shade that's a little bit lighter than my normal skin tone. That way, because again, we're going to look a little bit dead. So you can add a little bit of white if you like. A lot of people use just a white body paint or face paint. Or you can just use again a lighter foundation. Or you can add a powder, whichever you prefer. I'm going to be using a lighter foundation. We're going to go ahead and use Atelier, which is this foundation right here. And I'm going to be using the shade number 2. Go ahead and just add a little bit on the neck. I'm not gonna go all the way to my chest because my hair is gonna cover that. So just the neck itself is okay. Now that we have our foundation on, I'm gonna go ahead and automatically set that. I'm gonna be using Cinema Secrets translucent powder. And I'm just gonna grab a little bit and just dust it all over my face. Go ahead and just start with the eyes. I'm going to be using different palettes. So today I'm going to be using BH Cosmetic. This is the palette Special Occasions. And this is an eyeshadow and a blush palette. And we're going to be using a lot of pink and purple colors today. So just kind of keep it more on the feminine side. So I'm going to be using the blush palettes, actually the blush colors right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of add a white shade on top. So actually, I'm gonna be using this shade right over here. And I'm gonna go ahead and put that right on all over my eyelid. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab this shade right here. We're gonna grab 2 shades. We're gonna start doing that as a transition shade. I'm gonna go ahead and grab these 2 right here combined. Right down through our lid. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a more brighter pink, and I'm going to use this shade right here. And we're going to go ahead and just darken up the crease a little bit more. And start bringing that color down towards the inner corner right here. We're gonna grab a more darker, like a plum color, and we're gonna start adding a little bit more definition on the crease, and then we're gonna grab a more of a darker purple, and we're gonna add that right on the lids. And I'm gonna be using the Urban Decay Electric palette. Eyeliner, I'm gonna be using 2 different colors. I'm gonna be using more of a brighter neon pink and a vibrant purple. So I'm going to be using Savage from the palette, and I'm also going to be using Urban from the palette. We're going to go ahead and grab Savage and add it right on the crease, more of that vibrant pink. Bring it down to the lid, and we're just going to add it right on the crease again. So we're doing lots of pink today. And then kind of, again, don't be clean, just bring it all the way in. Grab that color Urban, and we're going to place that all over the lid. Do a clean layer first, and then I'm gonna dip my brush in Max Fix Plus, and we're gonna go ahead and dip that brush right into that pigment to give us more of a vibrant color. And I want to drag that color all the way more towards the crease. For my waterline, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Metallic Liner, shade Liquid Gold. I'm going to be using a gray shade, so go ahead and grab like any gray eyeshadow that you have. We're going to start to carve out the cheekbones. So we're going to contour with a gray shade. I'm going to be using Inglots, and I'm going to be using a matte shade, which is this one right over here. I'm going to grab more of a fluffier brush, and I'm going to go ahead and just grab that shade. You're bringing that gray along the hairline. Now I'm going to grab a smaller brush, and I'm going to try to start doing a little contour on the nose. So we're going to grab that gray shade one more time, and we're just going to go along the nose. We're gonna grab more of a contouring brush, and we're gonna grab that the darker shade. We're gonna grab black. I'm gonna mix a little bit of black and a little bit of a dark brown, just to kind of create that more of a hollow look. We're gonna do a little bit of a shadow underneath our lip. We're gonna use a little bit of gray and black. Add a little bit of white, we're gonna do a little bit of highlight. We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add white right on the cheekbones, right here, on the bridge of my nose, a little bit on my chin, a little bit on my forehead. I'm gonna use a white. That is from my Inglot palette. And I'm gonna go ahead and just grab any small brush, and we're just gonna add that all over. You can use your finger if you like. We're gonna go ahead and do our under eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab shades again from our BH Cosmetic palettes. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this shade here, and then I'm going to go ahead and go in with this pinker shade here, and then I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Urban Decay palette, and we're going to use that bright neon pink color one more time, which is our Savage color. So kind of like sweep it down. You want to connect it here. I'm going to go ahead and grab that Urban color, which is a dark purple. We're going to go ahead and just run it along the lower lash line. So I'm grabbing this gray shade again, and we're going to go ahead and just grab the shade and just kind of blend the pink and the gray together. I already added my lashes. These are really dramatic lashes. I'll leave it in the description box below to let you know what lashes these are. I added mascara as well, so now we're going to go ahead and just fill in our brows. I'm going to make these brows really dark and, you know, playful, using the Makeup Forever Professional Flash Colors. And I'm gonna go ahead and just grab a brown shade right there. Go ahead and just carve those brows. We're gonna make them really crazy dramatic. And white brown, I don't know. I just thought it would be cool to try a different color. I'm making them a little bit more thicker than mine, which is alright, who cares? This look isn't perfect and we're not looking, even though it's a glam look, but let's have fun with it. Lips, we're gonna do kind of a purplish lip. I'm gonna be outlining my lips with MAC's Nightmoth lip pencil, very dark plum color. Then I'm gonna be using a liquid lipstick. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in this shade Vintage. We're gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of more glitter. I'm gonna go ahead and just add, this is the Urban Decay. These are the heavy metal like glitter sticks. This is in the shade Glam Rock, and we're just gonna go ahead and just start, I don't know, adding it all over. Add it a little bit all over the lip, and we're gonna do it under our eyelid. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Urban Decay electric palette, and I'm gonna grab that shade, that silver shade right there. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and put it in my inner tear duct area, just to give a little bit more pizzazz. Go in and use like a black cream, and we're just doing cracks on our faces. Alright dolls, that was the whole look. Let me know in the comments down below what other look you want me to do. All the products that I used today will be in my description box below. Follow me on Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!